There are several formulas for the area of a triangle. The most basic one is area equals 1/2 base times height. And this is a good one to use if you happen to have a right triangle. So in this case, area is 1/2. When you have a right triangle, you can call the horizontal side the base, or the two legs are the base and the height, which is 720. You know, that formula comes from the fact that a rectangle is base times height, and a right triangle is just half of a rectangle. If the triangle is not a right triangle, well, we can still call the 30 the base if we want, but the height's not the 29 anymore. The height instead is this vertical line. And we can calculate out the height, because if I draw that altitude in, I do have a right triangle, and I would need trigonometry to calculate out this height to be the hypotenuse times the sine of the angle. So that's the height. And then I can say area is 1/2 base times height, which is 1/2 30 times 29 times sine 50. And if you put that to a calculator, you get that it becomes about 333. More generally, I can say that area equals 1/2. The base is A in this case, and the height, well, that height is the hypotenuse of this triangle here, which is B, times sine of angle C. So we get equals 1/2 base, which is A, height, which is B sine C. And we get a famous formula. If the two sides are known and the included angle between those two sides, the area of the triangle is 1/2 AB sine C. We can use that formula. This would be a situation that would be appropriate for it. Area equals 1/2 46 times 35 times sine 65, which is 730. So that's the the side angle side case. If you have two sides, and it must be the angle that's in between for that formula to work. One more situation is if you have just the three sides of the triangle. Now, there is only one triangle that has these three sides, and the long way of doing this question would be to use the law of cosines to work out this angle, so that I can then use the 1/2 AB sine C. If I did that, I would say 29 squared equals 18 squared plus 39 squared minus 2 times 18 times 39 times cosine x. That would eventually turn into 841 equals 1845 minus 1404 cosine x. Subtract 1845 from both sides, minus 1004 equals minus 1404 cosine x. That would turn into 0.7151 equals cosine x. The reference angle is 44.35 degrees. And that's also the answer for x. So now that I have that angle identified as 44.35 degrees, I can then ignore this 29 and say area equals 1/2 A B sine of C. So it's kind of funny how the law of cosines gets us the 44, but then in this formula it's sine. This formula 1/2 AB sine C, in the law of cosines, there's minus 2ab cosine c. So it gets kind of confusing. We have two different formulas. They have an ab and a something with sine c. So just be careful about not getting those confused. This one's 1/2 ab sine c. The law of cosines is the one that has the word cosine in it. So this area turns into about 245.4. But that's a lot of work. Well, there is another formula, much easier, for calculating at the area of a triangle if only the three sides are known. And the formula is known as Heron's formula. Sometimes people call it Hero's formula. And some people say that Heron didn't make the formula at all, but that Archimedes made it. Here's the formula. So the three sides A, B, and C are here. S is what's known as the semi-perimeter, which means you find the perimeter and divide by 2. That becomes 43. You pop that into the formula. 43 minus 39 is 4. 43 minus 29 is 14. And 43 minus 18 is 25. You can multiply that first if you want, 60,200. And the square root of that is 245.4. Same answer as doing all that work. Now, proving Heron's formula is very difficult, but in class, if you're in my class, I did an activity that guides you through a proof of that.